Hey there! You're listening to Amplify Your Legacy. This podcast is packed with insights and strategies to turn your passion into something that endures for generations. So get comfortable, stay inspired, and let's jump into today's episode with your host, Sallana Brown.
Welcome back to Amplify Your Legacy. I'm your host, Sallana Brown. Today's conversation is one you're going to have to lean in for because my guest has literally turned a defining moment into a worldwide movement. I'm joined by Michele Blood, an international transformational teacher, a best-selling author, and creator of Affirmation Power songs that engage both hemispheres of the brain to rewire your thoughts for healing, success, and joy. After a near-fatal car accident, Michele went from a hospital bed to building a global platform that has touched millions. She has co-created over 80 books, music programs, and TV shows, and has shared the stage with legends like Dr. 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗡 and 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗟𝗢𝗪. So Michele, I'm so excited that you're here. I want to welcome you to Amplify Your Legacy.
Thank you, Sallana. Thank you, Sallana. Lovely to see you again.
Wonderful. It's great to see you as well. So let's start where you are right now. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and the work that you're doing today?
Well, the work I'm doing today it's all these different tools to assist people. My whole purpose in life after my awakening is for others to awaken to their God-given potential, to their enlightenment, to who they are. As I've said to you before, I went off the grid for 14 years studying with an enlightened teacher until I eventually awoke. So now, because of all my past experience being a rock singer and, singing to huge crowds, my biggest was 50,000. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just stating a fact that all of those experiences that I had were there to assist me to be able to do what I do now. And that is to bring so much light to people through many, many different ways. Of course, through teaching people directly, which I do through the mystical experience, but also teaching people. At the moment, we're just about finished doing it's called True Prayer app. And it's got all these different categories from if you're jealous to pregnancy to healing to prosperity, like hundreds of prayers that I've recorded to assist people because I know that my prayers work because I've seen them work for 16 years. I've been enlightened. I've seen them work tremendously for people. So this new prayer app is something we've worked on for nearly 3 years and we'll be launching it in October. So that is going to be amazing because people, Sallana, people at an unconscious level, you don't have to be religious to want to be prayed for. I remember when my father had cancer and he knows sort of what I do, but he lives in Australia, I live in America, but he actually called and he said, I know you do that thing, so can you pray for me? And he said, do I have to believe in it? And I said, no, you do not. You do not. You do not have to believe in it. Just let me do it. Just the fact that you've asked permission. So I know that when people will listen to it, they don't have to tell anyone they're listening to prayers, but people love to be acknowledged and prayed for. There's something in every single person that knows at an unconscious level that there's more to them and to life than just this.
Certainly. So, like you said, you've created so many amazing apps, over 80 books, music programs, and teaching. What lights you up the most about the work that you're doing right now?
Well, when I see people who are suffering not suffer anymore, it's really quite simple. When I see people that have been suffering are able to have that suffering released, whether it's from lack of money or health or a trauma or whatever it is, that is my gig. I call it my gig in life now. It's just to release suffering in the world because it's not necessary. This world of illusion that I call the Maya, as the Buddhists did for years and the Hindus, that I call the Maya, is illusion, and things can be recalibrated. So easy. Even past experiences of when you're a child can be recalibrated. I've even got special visualizations on this prayer app for you to be able to manifest a new future self, and for you to have for you to actually visualize yourself as a little child and see that recalibrated. If you have many, many traumas and hurts in your life, you can actually change that through the power of mind and the power of prayer. And it is astonishing. People go to therapy for years and years and years, and therapy is very, very good for a certain type of person who needs it. I totally am up with therapy, because sometimes people have to talk to someone when they know no one else is listening, and that they can't tell anyone else their secrets. That when it's something to do with childhood trauma, you have to go back and recalibrate that and have light transmitted and prayers, because it's beyond just the human mind or psyche. Something that's traumatic from a childhood incident that someone may not even remember. It is something that can be done. And I love that we are doing that, because I know that everyone on this planet deserves love. The divine created each and every person, and every person has that enlightenment within them, and they wouldn't even be here unless they were meant to be doing something on a higher level with a higher purpose to assist themselves and other people. And one of the ways to do that is, yes, to amplify your legacy, whatever you think your legacy is. And if you haven't found your legacy yet, you can find it. There are many ways to find out what that is, but your main legacy is to acknowledge you are worthy of all good, including wealth, including success, including loving relationships and good health.
Oh, certainly. You talked about manifestation. I know you have a project, one of the first in the world, the first manifestation video books. What inspired you to create something so unique, and how does it work differently from a traditional book?
Well, I always do an audio book when I'm going to be doing when I've written a book. Anytime I'm writing a book, I always do an audio book as well, because I love to do an audio book and add the affirmation songs, pop songs, and do great stuff. And then I was working with this wonderful student of mine named 𝗙𝗢𝗪, who had never done apps or anything like this before. But I said, I want to start a blog with videos. And once I saw a couple of the videos that she put together to go with what I was saying in the blog, I said, that's what we've got to do. We both came up with the idea almost simultaneously. Let's do the manifestation video. Let's make it into a video book. And so what we did was, for every single chapter, because I'd already recorded the audio book, we did these amazing images that go along with everything I'm saying. Positive, fun, irreverent, to bring up your oscillation so it's in a joyful mode. And then we did a music video with the affirmation songs at the end of each chapter. And so that way you have an entire brain and senses overload. Your doubting mind, which is the culprit with people wanting to change their lives, comes in and says, that's not true for you. Look at where you're living right now. You don't have that car you want. That is not the truth. So your doubting mind doesn't have a chance to interfere with your good thoughts, because you're watching something, and everyone knows what it's like when you're watching a movie. So, you're just totally into it. There's so many great images. You hear my voice and you can actually read along at the same time. And we're about to put it into Albanian, Spanish, Italian, and lots of different languages. Yeah.
Amazing. I love it. You build something that isn't just about success. It's about impact, about energy, and about creating something lasting, right? So for our listeners, many of who are entrepreneurs, visionaries, and heart-centered leaders, why do you think your message resonates so deeply with them right now?
Well, I think particularly with these type of people have decided to do something on their own and be brave enough to not just rely on the 9-to-5 job every day, which could be taken away from you at any moment, they've decided, like I say to people, if you're going to do something on your own, don't give up your day job straight away. That's not to say that you can't in the future, but keep that going, because in the West anyway, when I lived in Asia, it was different. Most people work 6-7 days a week. I don't even ever know what day it is because I just work every day. I don't consider it work. I consider it my purpose. So I love it. But it's people have nights and they have 48 hours on a weekend to create something. And you can do so much in 48 hours. If I could show you, I can show people how to write a book in just 3 days. I mean, there's so many things you can do. So for entrepreneurs, they're always going to have a little bit of fear come up about, oh, I'm going out on my own and I want to do this and I want to amplify my legacy. What is my legacy? I know what it is, but how do I do it? And what do I do? They absolutely require encouragement, faith, and support, because like I always say, you've got to do it on your own. That's the first decision. You make it, not someone else. But you cannot do it alone. That's where the divine comes in. That's where you end up creating like a soul family to work with you and to, work with other people, get affiliate programs going and just get to meet people and network. And you can do so much of that these days because there's so many Zoom meetings where you can meet lots of people and collaborate. And there's so many JV ventures and all this sort of thing that people can do. So I do believe that it's important to be unique and do your own thing. Don't ask other people's opinions unless they've done it better than you're doing it right now.
Yes, I love that. You have such a powerful story of transformation. I want you to take us back to the moment that something changed for you.
Before you go, please, if you want to receive some amazing high vibrational success meditation, tons and tons of free products, go to michelleblood.com/links.